Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing fantastic today. This is day 2, and let me tell you, it was a wild ride of learning, pushing limits, and a little bit of market choppiness. Let's dive right into it. So, day 2 kicked off with me tackling the editing of yesterday's video. Now, this was my first time really diving into video editing, and finding the right tools was a mission in itself. I was constantly switching between different text-to-speech converters, and honestly, most of my initial time was just spent hunting for a good, free option. Eventually, I stumbled upon Speechma, which finally fit the bill. Even after finding it, the real work began. I had to trim my script multiple times, re-add the audio, and then meticulously trim my video, adjusting speeds here and there to perfectly sync with what I was saying. It was a hell of a task doing that for the first time, a true test of patience, but definitely a new and valuable experience. With the editing done, I moved on to my pending data structures and algorithms lecture. Today's session introduced us to a new mentor who did a fantastic job explaining linked lists right from the very beginning. We started with the basics. What a linked list is made of, primarily, nodes. Each node, as he explained, contains two crucial parts: a data part, which stores its value, and a pointer part, which points to the next node in the sequence. We then wrote a program, understanding how these lists fundamentally work, as he guided us through defining functions for creating list nodes, building the linked list itself, and then for more complex operations like inserting at the beginning, end, or a specific index, and even removing elements. I was coding along in real time, building out my own version of these functions. It was quite an immersive experience, coding right alongside the lesson. On Fed rate cut day, the markets were a roller coaster. I took a trade in gold, anticipating a rise, but the market was incredibly choppy. My stop loss was hit, then the market hit my target, and then it reversed right back to my stop loss again. It was a frustrating day, unfortunately resulting in a loss of around $60. Another losing day, but the learning continues. From the markets, I pivoted back to DSA, tackling 2 easy and 1 medium-level leak code question. All of them are focused on linked lists. I worked on problems like deleting at a specific index, removing duplicates, and finding the middle node. While I was deep into these challenges, my trade was still open in the background, and I kept glancing over at the charts, hoping for a turnaround, but it just focusing on Spanish practice today. I climbed up to second place on the leaderboard, learning practical phrases like sit down, centaur/centarte. Do you remember, pinsa, while you traveled usted viajimos, and your last trip to Ultimo Voyage? I also picked up some new vocabulary like orations for I dedicated time to reading Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. I read a powerful section about Operation Red Wings, where many SEALs lost their lives. Deeply moved, Goggins wanted to raise money for their children's education, so he decided to run a marathon for charity. He approached an organizer, Kirk Simon, who challenged him to run a 100-mile ultramarathon in 24 hours just to qualify. Without preparation, Goggins accepted. After the first 20 miles, the agony began. His toenails cracked, his body, riddled with shin fractures, was in hell. He started peeing blood and had to push through incredible pain and exhaustion. He spoke about his cookie jar, a mental vault of his past achievements. Whenever he hit a wall, he'd pull out a cookie and remember a past triumph, and that surge of adrenaline would push him on. He completed 101 miles in less than 24 hours, utterly spent, a testament to his incredibly strong. Then it was off to the gym for a push day, focusing on chest and shoulders. I started with incline chest press, followed by barbell bench press, rear delt flies, shoulder press, and single-handed lateral raises on the machine. After a brutal workout, I headed home, had my meal, and got some well-deserved rest. But the day wasn't over. I then dived into my quantitative aptitude preparation, starting with algebra and matrices. I took a test on linear algebra and matrices, scoring 44 out of 50 on my first attempt. But I went for a second chance, got a tougher question, and nailed a perfect 50-50. Next up, calculus. To cap off the day, I made sure to hit my target of burning 300 calories through walking. That was everything I squeezed into day 2. Peace out.
Day 2. Win some, learn some.